What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Landeris. You already know. You see it. You see it. L&L Line Service, Kansas City, Missouri, Blue Springs area. Back at you. Hey guys. Ooh, excuse me. Yeah, I know it's raw and uncut. Anyway, guys, I want to show you something. So you see this Duramax? It's a Duramax gas canister that holds about 15 gallons, 14 to 15 gallons. And I had this on my my truck with the ramp rack, and it's set like to the back of the truck where this was underneath, where it wasn't exposed to the sun. But this was by my cooler hooked on the back of it, where the sun, where it was exposed to sun. This was a bright orange looking color, and now it is faded out tremendously. It's faded out. So why I took it off the truck was, I only had it for one season. I only did it for one season, or had this on there for one season. So what happened is the sun, it was so exposed to the sun that it faded it, and I don't know if there's some type of reservoir in here or filter or whatever, I don't know. But once the gas started pumping through the nozzle, it started spewing out underneath all this, like it felt like this whole thing was cracked, and gas was just coming out from not only the nozzle but underneath it. And I think it's due to the exposure of the sun, as far as it just sitting out there. So if you get one of these, just make sure you don't expose this to the sun. I gotta find and see if they got a replacement. Either I gotta replace the whole hose, or I can replace the nozzle. I have seen nozzles that were the metal nozzles, the real good ones, but they were on different type of gas canisters that go on the back of your truck and stuff like that. But yeah, this is just plastic. This is just plastic. So in a month, in due time, like even 8 to 9 months, I mean, it's done as far as using that. So I had to take it off because when I went to put gas in there, it was just spewing out everywhere. So I got to get a new one of those. And it was great for the time being when you first buy it, but it was great. And I'll show you. I had it sitting all the way underneath there, and that lock is where I kind of like kept it secure. And I had it bungee cord, or not bungee cord, but strapped down so it wouldn't move anywhere. So I had a strap around it so it wouldn't move anywhere. But right here, so the actual tank is not exposed back there, but I had the nozzle sitting right up here on this bracket right here. So as you can see, it's exposed to the sun constantly. So it just, the sun and exposure to it kind of just messed it up. But yeah, if you ever think about getting one of those, they're great. I mean, it was a time saver on gas and mixing and all that stuff. But it just didn't last. The nozzle didn't last. So if I do replace it and put it back on the truck, I think I'll have it where that's where everything is sitting underneath there, so it's not exposed to the sun. So, but I'll keep it and see if I can find a replacement part for that or the nozzle. I'm not sure if you got to replace the whole thing. It looks like you might have to replace the whole thing. I'm not sure how is that all intertwined together. So I'm not sure. So, but yeah, just got done with a leaf job, and it took me, say, an hour. And I just mulched it up, and I charged $90 plus tax. So I don't even think it took me an hour. Maybe 45 minutes. 45 minutes, I think. By the time I left and was goofing around, and it was about 45 minutes, an hour. So I charged $90 for it. One of my customers. It wasn't a lot of leaves. Just went over it, cut, mulched it up, and went from there. So today is about 56 degrees. So it's nice out here today. It's January the 16th. It's nice out here, and I had to get the scag back out, and I had to get the blower and things like that. So just wondering, do you guys, when you guys are done with the leaf season, do you just shut it all down completely? Like it's just shut down? Now I do leaves, but so after the season is over, I get to sit back, relax, brainstorm, think about, what I'm going to do the next season, and what I could do better, and some of the changes that I like to do. And each year is different, because either I end up doing something that I didn't never do before, as far as like, so here's the situation. So when the season is over with and you're done doing the leaves, and it's like December, you're done with the leaves. January, you're done with the leaves. Do you bring and you pack everything up, you put everything up, you put you winterize everything, your fuel and all that stuff? Do you, just because you get a phone call, do you go out and do like one or two jobs? Or do you just leave it for the springtime for a spring cleanup? I was just wondering and stuff. Like a day like this, like if he wasn't a potential customer that I picked up, that I'm potentially going to pick up and do this season, I wouldn't have went out and did the leaf job. I would have just waited till the springtime and did a spring cleanup. But I am trying to woo the customer. Sometimes you got to woo some of these new customers or potential customers so that they know that you do all this stuff. So this customer particularly started out as someone that gave me a call, and he was having surgery, and he wasn't going to be able to do his yard for 2 months. So he asked me if I could do it. I said, sure. I put him on the schedule. I did it for 2 months, and then he said, hey, can you do it for another month? Just because, I'm still feel like I need to recover. So I was like, okay, no problem. Kept him on a schedule. And then he said, now this is when it's getting June, July, August. Now it's hot out there. He says, hey, just wondering if you could finish out the season for me. I greatly appreciate it. So I said, yeah, no problem. So within finishing out the season, I did some branch work, tree trimming for him. I did some aeration for him, overseeding. I put some fertilizer down. Now I just did a small leaf cleanup for him, and I think he's going to call me and want me to put him back on the schedule, because some of these customers, once you do the yard for them, you do the service for them, especially lawn care. Once you do the yard for them and you can get to do that yard for that whole year, majority of the time that customer's going to call you back, because now they see the benefits of having a professional lawn care guy that's always there on time, gets the job done. They see the value of that. So then when they see the value, and the next thing you know, they're not out there cutting that grass, and they're saving time. They're saving their time where they could go and do something else. So once they get that bug, majority of the time it's over with. You'll have that customer next year, the year after. If you're doing a good job, they're going to keep you. They're going to always refer you. They're going to always come back to you. So that's what I'm doing with this customer here. Usually I wouldn't have went out and did this, but I'm trying to woo the customer. Sometimes you gotta woo the customer. You gotta, go do the job and beyond. You know what I mean? So hopefully this will pay out, and he'll be back for this season, starting this season. So, and like I said, I'll put him on a plan for fertilizer, aeration, overseeding, lawn care, and then I'll do leaf cleanups and stuff for him. You never know. So, all right, guys, I just wanted to share that with you. Like, subscribe, leave your comments, hit that bell button, do whatever you got to do, but you better do it. All right, guys, I'm out. Peace.